Hello and good day to you, it's me Andy and this is Training the Right Way, and I have a quick video to do with Voicemeeter and the Streamdeck system. You can use the small one or the XL, it doesn't make any difference. Also the programming side of this will work with any of the Voicemeeter, so you've got banana, potato, whatever. Doesn't really make any difference. I'm using potato because it has the 8 inputs that you can program, and each one can be controlled from your Streamdeck, which is absolutely brilliant. So what we'll do is we'll show you the what I plan to do. So this is my Streamdeck XL, and I also have the small one as well. But this is what we're going to be doing. So the sound settings button. Now what I've done is this is a default setting that I can just quickly go through, press all of the buttons and set up the sound how I want it before I do a live stream or a video. Just in case, the idea is that you have mucked around with it and maybe the volume is not right or the buttons are not set correct, then this is what you can do. You can program the Voicemeeter for a press of the button. So for example, I can turn off the A2 and I can switch it back on. I can make it the maximum volume, which in this case is 0 dB. You press the button once and it will set the volume. Now I'll show you all this by looking at the other screen. So the left hand screen, I've got 3. This is a Voicemeeter. You can see the audio thing is working. If I show you a quick demo of pressing the buttons, you can see that if I press the volume for the media player, which is the second row along, you can see I can set that to 0. Boom. And I can turn off the A2. The A2 refers to the output, which is speakers. So obviously when I'm live streaming, I don't want to have speakers blaring because I've got headphones, and that's A1. So A1 is the speakers. So press the button again, it comes back on. I'll show you another thing about this, what we can do later. But for now, all of those buttons can be programmed, and we're going to show you how to do that in a moment. So it's very simple. The idea is if we split the screen, we can see both the screens. That it's very easy to do, that you can press the sound buttons here, so we can turn them all off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the main system, put them all back on again, maximize the volume so they're all set to 0 dB. All of this is programmable, by the way, so you can program it. Now let me show you the other Streamdeck which I have, which is this one. Now on this one we have media player set up. Now this is the media player is the second column from the left, and for example I have Fubar 2000, which is a media player system. So if I just bring that up, if I bring that across, you can see it. There's Fubar. And what we can do is to press the buttons we can make it work. That's the play button, this one here. Press it again and pause it. Go on to the next track. Pause it. Previous track. Yeah, so it all works. If you have the foobar, if you have it on playback random, then obviously previous track does not work. So it has to be on the default. I did find out that. So it's quite a good player. Now the button here is for mute, and you'll see if you look at the screen top left, you'll see that press the mute button and it mutes the music. So let's play the music. Obviously the music is playing, but you can't hear it. There you go. And we'll see we have a button there, A2. That turns the speakers off, so you can hear the speakers, but you can probably hear the audio coming through the system. Okay, let's stop the audio. The other interesting buttons here, we got plus and minus, and this adjusts the volume control. So if we hold it, press it one time, it will go down one at a time. Now if you hold it down and you press, it goes up by 3. That's it's all programmed in the button. So maximum volume 0, and I have this set for minimum volume. When I'm doing a live stream, I want it to be playing but not too loud, so I've got it to set to -25, so you can quickly not have to faff around with the Voicemeeter controls. You can do it all from a button on the Stream Deck. Foobar, which is the play and stop, just very quickly, you can do that. The mute button refers to a separate microphone, which is not relevant here. However, this is a normal mic that I'm using at the moment. So you can't hear me and you can hear me. So media player. Now what we're going to have a look at is obviously how do you program this? That's a very good question. Now there is a lovely 65-page document that you need to read. So it's on VB Audio, Voicemeeter User Manual. It's a PDF file. And it will give you all of the stuff that you need to know. You can also use it for macro programming as well, so you don't have to use, if you haven't got a Stream Deck, you can do macro buttons. And you'll see that the top left corner, there is a macro button that I've set up, which is Control Q, and that resets the audio for the Voicemeeter, just in case it starts to pop and crackle. It does that every now and again. So let's have a look. So you've got these various locations for the Voicemeeter desk, and they're all very simple. So for example, the A1 button, strip X, which is could be 0 to however many you've got. In this case I've got 7 plus 0, which is 8. So 0 is the base and 7 is the last one. So if you want the first row for the first strip, it's 0. So it's strip 0.A1, and you can then make it change on or off. So that's 1 or 0. The example you can see on the screen is the mute button. So 1 is on, and 0 is off. And you can alternate between the two, plus minus, or plus equals 1. So if it's a 1, it will go to 0, and if it's a 0, it will go to 1. It's all very simple programming language. If you've done programming, you'll know what I'm on about. So the gain obviously sets it to a certain level, in this case minus 10 or plus 6. The bus items are the ones on the far right hand side, which are referring to where they go out. So these are not the same, but you can have different volumes for those. Now here we go. So here's all the different various settings that you need, and it gives you a rough idea of what they are. Some of the more specialized items, button, deciding whether a button is in or out, pressed or not, and where it is. Let's have a look at what I did, shall we? So the plus button, we can see, the first thing that we need to do to get these particular buttons is go to bar radar, and you load this for the Stream Deck through the more actions button. So more actions, it doesn't, oh, it's come up on the wrong screen. Hang on. So I'm pressing it. So now I do have this already installed. So this is all the way down here. Voicemeeter integration is what you need. So this integration and live feedback. So all you do is install it, and it will become part of your Stream Deck system. And then of course you can go down. So these are the items that you have. These two here, plus and minus, are the advanced press, long press buttons. So this one here, I need to finish that. So you drag it over. You can make a icon for it if you wish. Obviously right click it. You can do a set from file, or you can create a new one using the key creator. And you'll leave it like that for now. You can give it a name if you wish. Now the important part of this is a key configuration to set when you press the button. And what you need to type in is, because it's the volume control, the gain, remember we program it using the strip and then the strip number. So this is the second strip along, which is 1. So strip 1 dot gain equals 1.0. And the important bit to note about this button is the minus sign. So there is a minus sign there. It might be a little bit more obvious when we look at the plus sign. You can see there is a plus sign. Control C, go over to our thing and press Control V. Now you remember it's supposed to be minus, so we need to change that. Okay, so that is that. Now there are some more settings, but the only one we need is this one here. So the long key press, we look at this, is, if you remember, it goes up or down by 3. So in this case it's minus and then 3. So we put that in. Long key press we can do. You could have any number you like there. Minus. Okay, we don't need to worry about that. And we don't need to worry about anything else. So that button is ready to be used. Shall we go back and see the split screen? So we should see it working on the media player channel. So if we press the button, press it down, and it goes down by 3, right down to the bottom. So, as you saw, you can then make it go max volume, minimum volume, and our special button that we've just programmed going down by 1 or by 3. If it depends on if you hold it down. That is minus. So the volume is slightly different. This is a modify setting button. This one. Let's drag that over. So again, we need to have which one is it. It could be gain, and which one is it? It's strip. It's either strip or bus. Okay, remember the strip is the left hand side and the bus is the right hand side. Which number is it? So it's number 1. What value is it going to be? Well, if you have a look at the original, is +0, because that's what we need it to be set to. So it will go to 0 whether you press it once or whether you press it long press. Doesn't matter. So it will be +0 +0. You can, of course, change this and have a title. So you could put in there, I don't know, max. And that is basically all you need to do. When you press the button, let's just bring the volume down. Let's press our new button. Boom! Up to 0. Easy peasy. Dum, dum. And the plus volume as well. Okay, so we've got 2 more buttons to look at. This one here, which again is advanced toggle. This is quite complicated because there is a if or. If it's on, turn it off. If it's off, turn it on. Now, what do you want to happen when you press it? Well, I'd like it to go off. sorry, I like to go on, which is 1. So, mode 1, script 1, mute equals 1. This is what I'd like it to be. When I press it, I'd like it to be 1. So when you press it, you have to check to see if the button is off, because there's not much point in switching it on if it's already on. So you check to see if it is 0. So the check is, if it's 0, then it will make it mode 2. Mode 2 of it is off, so it's either on or off. It will check to see if it's off, and obviously then it allows you to specify 2 graphic files. One is on, one is off, and depending on which mode you're in, so this is mode 2, which is off, mode 1, which is on. So, a little bit of programming, but not too difficult to do. And when you press the button, you get mode A2, which is the A2 going to your speakers. Right, and that is it. With this custom graphic I've made to say mute. So you'll have to make that yourself, but you've got 2 keys. One is on, one is off. But for now, I think that's probably enough to be going on with. All very useful if you commanding your live stream and you don't want to have to keep on fiddling about over here with this graphic-y thing that you have to use your mouse for. You can just press some buttons. All very good. Feel free to comment down below for any help that you need, any other pointers that you may want. Let me know, and of course I'll try and do another video very soon. Have a good day. Catch you next time.